You've talked with me before on my show, Bill, and elsewhere, obviously, about the BBK ratings. If you could explain again what they are and what they tell you from both a micro and macro perspective.
Well, BBK ratings is a proprietary product that we have that basically a lot of our clients use to assess the financial viability of the supply base. And as I said before, you know, whether you use our product or whether you use one of the other products out there, and we would argue ours is better, but is you got to use something. And the key is that it's like a balance sheet. It only gives you a point in time and when you do a rating. And the concept that you're doing when you're looking at your supply base is to look at the trends. And what a rating does is look at the supplier, and ours basically not only provides a financial rating of A to F, but more importantly, it also tells where the problem is within the company's financial statements. What's causing the rating to deteriorate or to change? Where a lot of ratings will just tell you, okay, it's an A, now it's a C. Ours will tell you why it's gone from an A to a C, where in the financials the risk is. But the key is you want to monitor your supply base using one of the ratings like ours so that you get more data points, and that allows you to catch it on a proactive basis. The trend analysis, when you see a financial viability going down, you can hit it before it gets distressed. And if you look at the supply base today, especially in the tier 2s, you got suppliers running 24/7. We're seeing a lot of suppliers come to us. We had 2 come to us in last week in 24 hours that basically said, I'm starting to be very inefficient. I'm still profitable, but I'm getting inefficient. I've got high turnover. I need some help that can help me basically stabilize my environment, increase my throughput to meet the capacity need. And I want to do that before I decide whether I got to spend more money on capital. And those inefficiencies won't show up in a rating today, but they will down the road. And as you see that trending down, it gives you the view to jump in there and help that supplier. So our rating, I think, you know, we would argue is the better rating that kind of does that. But my message to this group would be, whatever you use, you can't lose sight of the financial viability of your supply base, because it changes from day to day, and you got to be monitoring that. Again, we've got a lot of players in here, from the lending, from the supply base, from the tier 1s, from the OEMs. I think the message around is, and we've all lived through the '09, we've dealt with the ugliness. I mean, where we're at today is really good news. I mean, it's growth-related challenges, but they are challenges. They're significant challenges that we've got to deal with. You know, we at BBK are not predicting any kind of Armageddon or tsunami out there that's going to hit. I think we will continue in the tiered suppliers to see increased risk because you just can't, it's not a long-term strategy to run 24/7. And it's going to be tough for them to pick up capacity and talent. But the faster you can deal with that supply base, the better. But again, they're good challenges to have, and like I said, we find it much more fun to deal with how to help a company grow and reach the next level than it is to how to figure out how to liquidate them or put them out of business. So I think that's the way we're trending, and we just got to stay to it.